Savannah Sellers, I know you'll be on the case. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Savannah. We expected this, I think. All right, 75 days. Changing gears now, experts say our ability to adapt to trauma, tragedy, and stress, well, that ability is key to personal growth and to finding purpose in our lives.
Yeah, but facing those challenges, look, it can be really scary. So how do we find the courage to tackle adversity so that we can live our very best lives? Luckily, we have Dr. Margie Warrell joining us now. She is a psychologist and an expert, and she is also the author of this new book, The Courage Gap. Doctor, explain to us, what exactly is the courage gap?
Have you ever had those moments where you knew you needed to do something and yet you hesitated?
Many times.
Yeah. Well, fear creates that gap between our ability to take action and the actions we actually take. And it takes courage to close that gap. So between potential and impact.
You know, I think sometimes it's a survival of instinct to sort of think about the potential for losses, the scary, terrible things that can happen, rather than the opportunities for growth and putting yourself out there. So how do you sort of reprogram that mindset?
Yeah, well, yes, our brains are programmed more for self-preservation than self-actualization. And so fear is always where we tend to go unless we're being intentional. And so, number one, we have to be really clear, what is it we most want? Because so often we focus on what we don't want to happen.
Yes,
yeah,
so true.
And that expands in our brains, and we start getting more anxious, and then the more anxious we are, it just spirals. So getting really clear, what is it that you do want? What is it you can do? Yeah. And then re-script what you're telling yourself. So often we're living in these narratives that drive up our stress, that siphon our confidence and our courage, and keep us playing too small, too safe, settling. And a lot of people right now, with all of the uncertainty, we just saw the breaking news. Yeah. There's so much going on. It drives people to play it safer than serves them, and it often keeps them from doing the very things that would help them over time.
We only have 20 seconds. Why is courage so important?
Courage is indispensable for us to live meaningful lives, to cope with change, to adapt, but also to have meaningful relationships, and ultimately to do what it is that we're all capable of doing. All of us are here for a purpose, as you know. Vicky, with your new book, I know it's wonderful. Morgan, and we cannot do that if we're only ever sticking with what's comfortable.
Yeah. Focus on the do's, not the don'ts, what you do want. Dr. Margie Warrell, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And congratulations on your book. It's called The Courage Gap, available in stores now.
Stay right here. You are watching Daily.